Hi guys. It has been a hot minute, and I'm not gonna lie, it has not been a good hot minute. um, a lot of stuff has gone down at work. Um, I actually thought that, even though kind of directly I wasn't involved, well, I guess I was. Something happened, but it wasn't on my watch, really. Um, but I did end up helping with the situation. And I totally thought that me and a few other people were going to get in trouble because our manager, who was away on sick leave, did get in trouble. Um, we couldn't get a hold of somebody head up because our manager was away. And yeah, because we called her, she then got in trouble. Anyways, as I've been saying all along, that things have not been good at work. The manager that I love, who has supported us, who's been very into people with neurodiversity and all of us who have ADHD and all that kind of stuff, very, very supportive. She is no longer at my work. The guy that was at my work is no longer at my work. One other person at least is sending in their resignation as well. And it's just getting a little bit uncomfortable and scary, and it's really crazy how things work here in Australia. And I just feel like this industry is a hard industry here. There's lots of under the radar stuff, I guess, that you have to report, you have to do, and yeah, it's just really scary. And it's scary how things can happen regardless of whether or not you're at work or not at work, and you could still get in trouble for those if you are the person responsible, and if you have not managed to follow the right procedures. So yeah, I feel bad for the parents and the children that this has occurred, and things are happening that are making people leave. And it's upsetting, honestly. Excuse me. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. I did get a message today saying that the job that I had put in for 3 weeks ago, that oh, sorry, that the first week somebody got sick, and then the second week somebody got sick, and then I don't know what happened this week, but I messaged today. What the heck? Sorry, guys. I messaged them today, and then my friend's husband got back to me and said, "Oh, they're talking about it now, so don't tell her all hope is not lost." It's so crazy. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. All I know is that this week I was petrified. I had the most anxiety I'd ever had on Wednesday night. No, not Wednesday night, Tuesday night. I had to take an extra pill, lavender pill. I took an extra one in the morning. I felt sick to my stomach. I didn't know what the consequences were going to be. I totally was praying and just was so thankful that I was okay. And my colleagues were okay. But yeah, feel like horrible about the situation and everything that transpired. And yeah, now 2 people have left work. One person's left work. It has nothing to do with the situation, and one person has left work. Basically, it was the nail in the coffin, the final nail in the coffin. Yeah, so it's crazy. It's crazy, and And now I'm waiting to try to figure out about this new job. And like, I'm hoping and praying because I feel like it is what I'm supposed to do, but they're just taking so long to get back to me. And I'm worried that like my career, like something's going to happen if I don't get out of this job ASAP. Like if I do not get out of. And I don't really want to go to another early childhood center. I just feel like I need a break. I need to learn more about the industry, to take a break from teaching, and just figure out like everything that Australia has. I have found out that my lease is going to be renewed. My rent is going up by $30, which is interesting because my cousin just said that the amount of rent I pay is like pretty close to the amount of mortgage she pays for her 3-bedroom house in London, Ontario. So go figure. I mean, yeah, I knew that's what it was. Anyways, last weekend I went and I discovered a new island. It was a little bit of a boring island, but I got to see dolphins in real life. Like, it was insane. And I got a video of it, and it was way closer. It was like, the video was actually amazing. There was kangaroos everywhere, like birds. It was mind blowing. Walking around this path, and there would be a kangaroo there, then a kangaroo there, and then a kangaroo there. Like, it was insane. Anyways, this weekend I am going and seeing drones, and then I don't know, there's a drone show with lights, so we're doing that, and then we're going to like some sensory overload thing tomorrow as well. And then there's a Harry Potter thing on Sunday, where it's like an hour to an hour and a half of like going through this forest and like casting spells and like running into a Huffalump and trying to like get rid of a Dementor or something like that. Like, I don't even know. But I'm really excited for it. And then next week is our Gold Coast trip, and we are going to SeaWorld, and we're going to swim with the dolphins, and we are going to Movie World, and we're going to go on all the rides, and I'm going to get some Tweety stuff for my mom. That is priority. And yeah, so it's a couple weeks of really, really fun stuff, but really needed because things are just super stressful. Most likely be back to having joint classes for the 3 and 4-year-olds. That started kind of last week. I think I had one day last week where I got to be with just the 4-year-olds. And we've been really low numbers because it's school holidays, so that has happened this year, this week. Also, the guy couldn't be left on his own because policy has changed. And he can't do any toileting or anything. And obviously he's in a 3-year-old room, so that's all he did. That's a lot of what he does. Anyways, yeah. That is kind of a little update. It's not a very good one, but I'm gonna actually go to bed because I've been up since 5 a.m. and it is now 9 p.m. So I'm tired. I've just made my bed. And yeah, I've just watched a bunch of SVU. And yeah, I am going to bed. So have a great evening and a great weekend. And those of you who turn your clocks forward or back this week, good luck. I'm glad that I don't have time change, but I know that's happening for some people. And I think in North America it's in another couple weeks. But yeah, anyways, that's a little brief update without going into too much detail of current situation. Talk to you later.